What's up guys, welcome back, it's Dylan, or if you're new to my channel, welcome. So in addition to my back to school series that I have been doing lately, I want to show you guys kind of like a how to get your hair ready for back to school kind of video, kind of touching on more of the hair aspect of my channel, which I have not done a hair video for some time now, but I figure this is a really good time to do one because my hair right now is kind of going through that awkward phase that most people kind of experience when they bleach their hair, or even just like from their summer hair to their fall hair. Like, I just know for myself, when it comes to summer, I tend to experiment more with it when it comes to coloring, letting it grow a little bit longer so I can kind of play around with it, all of that. Whereas with the fall, even though I'm not going back to school, I just find I'm busier in the fall and I just have things to do, so I typically try to keep it like very tamed and like manageable for the most part, because I just remember when I was in school that I kind of had the option of picking between getting my hair done in the morning or an outfit, and those days that I try to make both work, I always ran late, which, to be honest, for school, I just remember always being late, so if that tells you anything. But yeah, my hair is kind of like in a really awkward stage right now, and I thought I'd show you guys in this video how to kind of go about transitioning your hair from the summer, kind of grown out, rooted look to getting a clean, fresh cut for back to school, and how to go about doing that. So if you guys like this video, go give it a thumbs up, subscribe, bell notification, and let's get into it. Okay, so I thought I would just zoom in for you guys so you can see what is going on in a better way. I personally like the whole rooted look with like silver. It reminds me a little bit of like Chris Appleton, who's like a celebrity hairstylist. I just love his hair for the most part. I haven't like looked at his photos for a while. I can't remember whether he still has that look going on with the roots and the silver, but it looked really good and I really like it a lot. I also just find it doesn't look so stark on your face either. Sometimes when you bleach it, it can look really stark. Let's get started with this. So very easy kind of like opening here. You have the cap, you just pop it into like the sealed part right here. Comes out. Now, it does look a little purplish, I will admit that. I think I remember that happening a while ago, how it looked a little purple on my hair, but we'll see. So I did about maybe like a finger full of the dye and then just run it through my hair. Really simple, easy, and it really depends on how bleached your hair is to start with. Whenever I use these dyes, I like to kind of gauge how long to leave it in based on how lightened my hair is, because if it's really bleached, then the semi-permanent dye is gonna like suck into it really quickly, whereas if it's like a little yellowish, it may take a little bit longer. And if you leave it in too long, then it will look purple for sure. Like, I remember that happening with the dye, that it looked fairly purple that one time that I did it, so yeah. Okay, so it seems like it is pretty evenly distributed for the most part. I like to kind of like zhuzh it a little bit just so I know that each kind of strand has gotten covered in the dye. And from what I can feel at the back, it seems like it's evenly coated back there as well. Obviously, I could go get a mirror and fix it up off camera so I have a better view of what's going on. But just for video's sake, it seems like everything is kind of evenly distributed and covered, and I'll leave this to sit for about maybe 15 minutes, something like that, and then I'll come back with it all washed out and show you guys what it looks like. Also, on a side note, if you do the semi-permanent dye, by the time you are ready for back to school, it kind of has that perfectly faded look, so it's not so harsh and saturated either, which is why I didn't really use conditioner. But if you are going to be doing a semi-permanent dye, say like 2 days before school starts, then definitely use a conditioner so it doesn't look so harsh, and plus it will also save you on the dye as well, because you're using less of the dye and more of the conditioner, so it allows you to use more product or cover more of the area in your head. So yeah, so I'm gonna let this sit for a little bit, and I will come back once, I don't know, after it's sat for 15 minutes, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. So this is the post-coloring phase right here. So this stayed in for about maybe 5-ish minutes, around that. Like, that's how quickly the dye soaked into my hair. And also that's just how stripped my hair was in general. So definitely try to take into consideration how stripped or how bleached your hair is. You may want to do like a test strip, which I've seen some people do if they have really long hair. So definitely keep that in mind. And yeah, I personally really like the silver. I've done this multiple times now at this point, and it always turns out the same. I just find it's a really good transitioning color from your roots to the leftover parts of your bleached hair. Plus, out of all the colors I have done, because I have done my fair share of colors when it comes to hair dye, I just find the silver is most practical and realistic when it comes to matching your outfits, because whenever I would do like the more vibrant actual color colors. It would be a little bit harder to match my outfits with. I would tend to lean more towards like blacks, grays, and all that, so my hair didn't really clash or conflict with the hair color that I had on my hair, or my hair wouldn't conflict with the outfit that I had on. So silver is more of a practical color in my opinion when it comes to dyeing your hair a more vibrant or kind of unnatural color. And because this is a back to school video, honestly, for that reason too, that's why I also did silver, because it does go with everything and you don't have to think too much about what's gonna go with your hair and outfit when you are leaving in the morning for school. So now all that is left is to get my hair cut, which I have planned, or scheduled I should say, for Saturday, which is 2 days away from when I'm filming this. And I am very, very excited because it's just nice to get like a nice fresh cut, and also just to have some shape back to my hair again, because this is so messy in my opinion. Like, it just looks really untamed and unshaped and makes me feel bigger than I am because there's no shape to my face at this point. I don't know, that's a personal opinion. I just find that my sides are long, my face looks bigger. I don't know, that's just me. I'm very excited to get a cut, and not gonna be able to really film like on my DSLR because bringing a DSLR camera into a barbershop is so unrealistic and very in the way. So I will most likely be filming some stuff on Instagram, so definitely follow me there if you want to see some behind the scenes, or I'll maybe just insert clips right here. We'll just see what transpires. So I will be back after I get my haircut. Okay, so we are back. Haircut is done. I am so happy with my hair. I can't even tell you. It is pretty much life-changing in my opinion. I just find I feel like a different person. I don't know, my face feels slimmer when I get my hair done. I feel more confident, like a whole different person. You know what I mean? I got my hair cut on Saturday and it's Wednesday now, so it's been 3 days, and I will say my hair has grown out a little bit on the sides right here. That's just how fast my hair grows. Like literally in a period of 3 days, it's already kind of grown back, because here it was down to skin and now we're getting some like growth on the side. So that's why I usually go down to the skin, just because of how fast my hair grows. I will get more into detail about the haircut in a second, but I did want to emphasize or highlight how to find a good barber or a barber shop. I did a video like this a while ago, but just to kind of remind you guys, I will say best way to find a good barbershop is one, watching my videos, because I will tell you good barbershops, which is Glassbox Barbershop, pretty much like in any of their locations, because I tried a new location this time and it is pretty much the exact same in the sense that they just know how to cut really good hair. I highly recommend them. But also I will say, if you aren't near a Glassbox barbershop or you're not in the GTA, try to find your barbershops or barber's Instagram page, because it will give you an idea of whether they're actually capable of giving you the style that you want. Because if you're seeing a lot of like side parts or just like high cut fades or whatever, and you want something more like this and they haven't shown any of their work showing that, chances are they're not going to be able to give you exactly what you want. So that's the best way, in my opinion, to find out whether a place is good, and that's what I did with this one, and it kind of stuck. So that's the best way to find a good barbershop. But anyways, so in case you're wondering what this haircut is, like I said, it's a one razor that I went up to a 2 or 3 guard. I think it's more of a 2 to be honest. And then I would emphasize that I wanted no side part whatsoever, kind of like a swoosh, like just a, I don't know, like no part whatsoever. With a little bit on the top, I did go a little shorter just because I wanted to get rid of a lot of the blonde or the silver that was there prior. Then the other thing I did emphasize aside from the side part was that I wanted a lot of texture. Having a lot of texture, I find, gives you kind of a very casual, laid back look, but also kind of makes you look put together at the same time, ironically. So that's what I said when I was getting my haircut. Plus, a really big thing that I always do whenever getting a haircut is that I show a photo. One of my go-to photos for hair is a photo of Tim Bryan, who is a fashion hair YouTuber, which I don't know if he's making videos anymore, but he did post a video a while ago, I think. When I say a while ago, I mean maybe like 1 or 2 years ago, of his haircut, and I took a screenshot of it, and that's kind of what I show them all the time, because it's a back view and a front view, so they get a 360 of what the hair looks like. And in regards to back to school, I will say this is a really good cut just because it's very short. It's very quick to style in the morning, like doesn't take that long at all, not a lot of blow drying that goes on. Plus, the less that you wash it, the better it looks, because it kind of feeds into that texture look as well, like especially on the sides right here, and at the front, it gives it more volume and a little bit more hold without having to put too much product in too. So that's why I think it's a really great haircut. Plus, because the tops are bleached right here, which I'm not saying you have to go get your haircut bleached and all that, but having it bleached actually gives it more texture already, so you don't have to do as much product or styling. So that's why I think it's a really great cut. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole back to school hair transformation video. If you're looking for like a really quick last minute hairstyle, I will highly recommend this one because it's easy to work with. It doesn't take a lot to do in the morning, plus the less you wash it, the better it looks, all of that. And I will just say in general, it's very on trend right now not to have like side parts or things like that, but I will say try to work with your face shape the most as possible. Like that's what I recommend. So yeah, if you like this video, go give it a thumbs up, subscribe, bell notification, and see ya.